3 beautiful daughters that I do not want what I see coming and what I've been predicting to come. I don't want it to come. I mean, there's a part of me, I guess, that I've got to admit that I do. Maybe it's just that part that wants to say to everybody out there, told you so. but then the majority of me says no, because I don't want my children to have to trudge through a broken society. But just in case, I think it's the wise thing to do, and I wish more of the Boy Scouts, would come forward and, present that, preparedness theme that they have been living throughout their time as a scout.
Yeah, I noticed, and I realized that when I was a Boy Scout, that's pretty much all we did. We always tried to be prepared for anything.
Yeah. And one of the most interesting articles that I found here a while back on your blog was about your guard dog, because I'm a big dog fan. Tell everybody what kind of what breed of dog you have, why you have it, and the advantages he might give you if we were to go into some rough times.
Well, I have what's called an Akita. He's a Japanese type dog. He's a purebred. He was bred, I guess, originally to hunt in Japan, hunt bears in Japan. He's very protective. He's loyal to me, my wife. And he's also a big dog.
Yes, he is. He's beautiful, too, man. Oh, I tell you, that's the most beautiful dog I've seen in a while. Hey, we're going to take a short break, Dave, and we'll be right back in 3 minutes. We are discussing preparedness, folks, and you all need to be taking notes and listening carefully. We are doing so with Dave from New Jersey. By daytime, he's a paralegal up there, man. But he writes an article over to his blog about twice a week, and each and every one of them is worth reading twice. Mine, all my blogs, you have to read twice, but it's because the grammar is so freaking bad. Now, Dave here, that's the one thing that stood out. I'm like, man, everything's in order. My English teacher would love this guy. And so, Dave, I really do like your blog, and that's livethemotto.blogspot.com. Folks, don't just go there. Go ahead and subscribe, follow his blog, and it'll just make things a lot easier. But we were talking about this incredible dog that you have. You said this Akita breed is from Japan, and it hunts, originally it hunts bear. How large is it? Is it about 60, 70 pounds?
My dog is, I think I last weighed him, he was 85 pounds. But he's actually a small one. Some of them get up to 120 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Now, how old is he right now?
He's 3 years old.
Yeah. So that's about where he'll be, huh?
Yeah, it's probably as much as I try to fatten him up a little bit right now, but he's like getting much bigger.
Yeah. Now, some of those dogs, I don't know if it's an Akita. My daughter's got a dog that's similar to it, and they don't really bark, man. They howl. Does your dog bark?
He only barks when there's somebody on our property, or it's something that's not right. I mean, he rarely barks while he's in the house or even outside, unless somebody. If he's barking, somebody's on the property. So, and one thing I noticed about the Akita, you remember the O.J. Simpson trial? I don't know if you probably won't watch the TV back then.
No, I missed it, man. I was up there in the mountains. You know what? I learned about O.J. Simpson in 1999, and I think that's 5-6 years later. But no, what about it?
Well, the woman he killed, which I believe he did, even though he was found now guilty, had an Akita. And I believe he's guilty because of that Akita, because the Akita didn't attack him. Because if it was my dog or any other Akita, if the Akita didn't know the person, they would protect the master. And the woman that he killed, that she was the master of that Akita. Yeah. So I'm assuming that O.J. Simpson knew the dog, and the dog knew him as another master to him. So that right there told me that he was already guilty because the dog didn't attack him. It didn't attack the person who killed the lady and the other guy.
That's innovative thinking. That's really good.
Yeah. Because the Akitas, they just don't do that. They'll protect their master if they get attacked. And the dog didn't attack anybody because nobody was found there except O.J. Simpson.
Hey Jeff, you have a question?
Yeah, absolutely. John was talking at the beginning of the show about you gather through time. People have this illusion where you need to have 14 years of stored food by tomorrow, and 16 guns and piles of ammo. What do you think? What's the correct philosophy? I mean, I've been gathering very slowly through time, and it's really paid off. What do you think about that whole idea?
Oh, you definitely have to take your time, because you definitely you don't want to spend all your money or get into debt or anything like that.
And some people don't have too much money also to play with.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some
I think that the less stressful approach is good in many ways, because you just also need to realize that having every single supply isn't possible.
Oh, yeah.
And you can prepare, but really what we need to learn also, as Big John's been teaching people for so long, is how to live off the land in addition to the supply stash should just be for a while. We're learning to really put our living off the land skills in action. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's definitely, you have to learn to grow food. And my first time trying to grow food started last year. It turned out pretty good. I had a little slug problem, but it still came out all right. And you definitely can't store all the food that you ever eat in your whole lifetime or throughout any type of major collapse or disaster. And
in your article, Dave, you were talking about how in your area you have a pretty acidic soil, and you have a picture of your garden. First of all, how large is the garden? And I think you did organic like I do, right?
Yeah, it's organic. Right now, the little section I have is about 1,200 square feet. But the previous owner used to farm the whole. It's a half acre that I could farm back there in my backyard.
Wow.
But right now, I'm just sticking with 1,200 square feet for now.
Yeah. No need to overdo it.
Yeah, and right now I'm trying to do what's called the roof stout method. She just uses hay to enrich the soil and
let's talk about that when we get back from the break. I think it's the no-till garden system. Let's take a break. Yes, we are talking preparedness tonight, and we're doing it with Dave from New Jersey. His blog is livethemotto.blogspot.com. And Dave, you were just talking about this no-till gardening system. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But it's where you don't do a whole lot of work, man. You just scrape away a little bit and put the seed in, and then you cover it with mulch, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I try to stay away from tilling because it does